And we are back, baby.
We're back for the special episode of Tuddy Buddy Bet.
Yeah, this is a bet show, baby.
NFL Bet. Tuddy Buddy Bet.
We're talking about week 7, except for the one game, Saints-Broncos. That happened last night.
And listen, if you bet on that, you got problems.
Yeah, that's you probably are kind of a degenerate if you bet on that game. Maybe just take a week or two off. But we're going to tell you about the games that you should bet on.
Yeah. So I mean, you got some of these spreads open on your iOS device.
I do. Wait, can we do one thing before we get to the different spreads?
Of course we can.
I just want to talk fantasy with you, and I need some advice.
Okay, shoot at me, buddy.
So here's my issue: is I have some wide receivers.
Okay,
and they're great, and I just don't know which ones to play.
Give me a little backstory. Is this a PPR league? What are we talking?
This is a PPR league.
Okay.
It's again we've joked about this because I am a little bit ashamed that it's actually an 8-team league. It's not a 6-team league.
Okay. Well, that's an improvement.
Yeah, so there's, more people in it than I originally thought. But here are my wide receivers. You tell me who you think.
Amon-Ra is one.
I wish.
Oh, I thought you had him.
No, you have him, right?
Oh, I thought we both had him.
No, we both have Terry McLaurin.
I don't have Terry.
You not anymore. Dang it. Okay. But I have Terry McLaurin. Mm-hmm. He's projected 12.77 points.
All right.
I have Tyreek Hill, projected 11.42 points. I have Jameson Williams, projected 10.24 points. Whew. And last but not least, I have Devontae Adams, projected 10.7 points.
Wow.
Now, normally Devontae would be in there. I'm a little bit afraid to put him in first week on the Jets.
I don't think I'd be... Okay.
Because I don't trust Tyreek. That's where the problem is.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So who's Tyreek going up against this week?
Tyreek, and this is why I have him in currently. He's playing the Colts.
Yeah.
And so they are, it says on here, they're the 10th worst defense against wide receivers.
So tell me this. How many slots? You have 2 wide receiver slots and a flex? Or what?
So in my flex, I have Jahmyr Gibbs. He's not moving. We're keeping Gibbs in there.
So you can only start 2 out of those 4?
2 out of the 4.
Read them out. Terry should start.
I have Terry starting. I currently have Tyreek starting. Jameson, I don't think would start.
Jameson is more of a sit guy for me.
Well, especially because they're playing Minnesota, and I'm kind of worried about. The
other side of that, though, is
they might shoot it out.
Yeah,
I know. That's what I'm worried about.
But
and then Devontae's the
4,
other.
I think he is 4.
Okay, good.
And I think Tyreek is 3.
Okay, so that's. Devontae. So I wasn't sure if I should do that or not.
Because if Tyreek had Tua, yes, you're starting Tyreek over Devontae. But Devontae, man, you saw the video. They're already game planning.
So that was my other thought was they're going to be so excited to play together that Aaron's going to throw it to him.
Aaron don't care about nobody but Devontae.
Devontae's in. I put him in because I think you're right. I think that's, even though he's projected at less, I think that it's hard to go with Tyreek when he has a backup over Devontae when he's with Aaron Rodgers again. They're going to be so...
Yeah. I would almost... Who's Terry playing this week?
They're playing Carolina, so he's staying in.
You should keep him there.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, they might just run the ball a lot.
Here's the other thing I'm scared of with Devontae. They're playing Pittsburgh.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Good. This makes me feel better because this is what my gut's telling me, but all my logic's saying maybe not.
Yeah, no, I think you go with your gut for this one.
Okay. Good. That was my
NFL
question.
bet. So I made a deal this week with a good friend of mine.
Okay.
I traded him, Terry McLaurin, for running back J.K. Dobbins. How do you feel about that? Do you think I gave up too much, or do you think I scored?
So my first question to you when you originally told me this was, okay, tell me about your running back situation and your wide receiver situation.
Yeah, so currently I have Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones as my 2 running backs.
Yeah.
I have, I forget his Javonte Williams, I think.
Okay.
Who scored like 1 million points last night, but from my bench. And then my receivers are Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Drake London and Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Right.
So I'm always sitting one of those guys.
Exactly. And so what we had talked about is that really the way you know if a trade's good or not for you is all about context.
Yeah.
You didn't need one of those 4 receivers because one of them's not going to play anyway. And as someone else who also has Aaron as a running back.
Yep.
We know that he's questionable and has been out for the last couple weeks.
And has history of being questionable and out for multiple weeks.
So it gets a little scary. So you need another guy in there. I think this is a good trade for you.
The thing that kind of scares me, though, is J.K. Dobbins. I don't think has ever played more than like 6 games. So
that's fair. I don't know, though. It feels like
different.
It feels different this year for him with the Chargers.
Yeah, I hope so.
And I think it's, I don't know. You can't make a trade thinking like, well, he might get injured unless it's like Tua, you know. Which
the other thing too that I like for both of these teams involved in this deal, is that both these players I think were like around 7th round that we picked them. Maybe.
Okay, yeah.
So it's kind of like these late round guys that are over exceeding.
Yep.
Is that the right word? Over exceeding or
they're. I know what you're trying to say, and it's over something or exceeding. It could be either one, but
they're doing that. Yeah. And so I don't know. It's kind of a fun trade. I thought, I thought, hey, this is a pretty cool little trade. I want to share it with the crew.
It's a great,
Share it with the Tuddy Buddy Nation.
Tuddy Buddy Nation. That's the trade, and it's a good trade. I think.
Yeah, I think everyone's happy. Yeah. I'm happy.
And I'm really
say it, Josh.
Yeah,
is his name.
Josh. Also, a Tuddy Buddy, maybe if you would listen to the show ever.
He's from Ohio.
Yeah, but he lives in Tejas.
But here's the deal: when people think something's not cool, it's like, oh, that's Ohio.
That's true. They go like, oh, well, that guy's so Ohio, and he actually is.
Yeah, so he's not cool, but
yeah,
he is cool.
He is cool to us
because he's Ohio. I don't know.
He kind of like he came up out of he grew from Ohio, through out into the world.
Now he's a flower.
Yeah. So, thanks, Josh.
Thank you, Josh, for the content.
Okay. I'm really glad. Thank you for settling my fears also. And now it's time to get into betting. Now I feel like we can really talk bets confidently.
Yeah, we can totally do that.
I got the lines up.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
We reached out to Air Jordan. He was not available. I know the fans love that guy.
Yeah. Why not? What's not to love? We love that guy.
Yeah. And I miss him. I love the guy. I smoked his butt at College Football 25.
Yeah.
I will say he usually smokes my butt.
Yeah.
And I think I've won like 2 out of about 10.
You guys are, you're just back and forth smoking butts.
Yeah.
That's what you guys are doing.
But I am the national champion, so...
Well, and that's all that matters, really.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it.
University of Kentucky is my team, which is kind of random.
You can. I don't know what's...
You can do all things.
I don't know if University of Kentucky has like a shorter version that they call themselves, or if they're...
UK?
Are they Kentucky? Is that the same thing?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Anyway.
I'm only the leader of it, but...
Yeah, we don't know about college stuff. Okay, let's get into some bets.
What are some of these games that you're excited about, Nikolai, this week?
Okay, well, I'm going to just say it. As soon as I said that, my phone got all messed up.
Did your browser get all jacked up? My browser's
all jacked up. Can you vamp about something? Got it. Okay, we're back.
So I'm done vamping. Here we go.
I would not bet on this game as a bettor, but one of the games I'm very excited about is Lions-Vikings.
All right, so here's the deal. This game, the over-under set for 50.5 points. That's pretty high at NFL standards.
Yep.
Also, we got the Minnesota Vikings hosting this game with a 1.5 point favorite.
Yep. Really well done.
So my money for this game, I think, would be Detroit.
I
think there's a lot of emotions right now.
Yeah.
It's like win for Aiden, win for Hutch. We got you, Hutch. We got your back, Hutch. We're going to beat the Vikings. We're going to give them their first loss and therefore be tied with the Vikings at 5-1 or 5. I don't know.
You know what I'm surprised by a stat that I heard? Because everyone always talks about how Goff under pressure, that's his weakness, whatever. That's his Achilles heel.
Sure.
And so people just assume that Vikings defense, that's what they do best. They're going to throw him off.
Oh, Brian Flores going to blitz the house on the Lions.
His QB rating versus Brian Florence,
whatever his name is,
Bry Florence.
Yeah.
So his career QB rating is 110. Very, very good.
Baby.
Goff is really good against Brian Flores, generally speaking, which is weird. And obviously there's a whole lot of things that go into that with prior teams and everything. But, I think I wouldn't be surprised if there's a little bit of an upset here.
I really think there will be, man. The Vikings are coming off a bye, I'm pretty sure.
They are.
And they're like the top team, but Detroit has momentum. I know they just lost one of their best players. And I'm under the understanding that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to Dan Campbell's team.
I think in the locker room, I don't think that's something they're scared of.
In a way, it's almost like bringing them together even more. I would imagine.
It does worry me, but I think this is one I would get behind an upset for.
Yeah.
Where do you think for that over-under, do you think it's going to be a shootout?
I would say under. I think it's more of a grind it to the end.
Okay.
And probably just a field goal wins it.
Yeah, I could see the Lions kind of taking a different strategy than maybe they normally do and just trying to basically chew up as much clock as they possibly can so that the Vikings don't have the opportunities.
RTDB. Run the ball.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They're going to do that. They got Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. They're going to use them this week.
I would love to see that. And I mean, there's no way to really diffuse a blitz than just running at, just saying, okay, well, we're just going to keep running it.
Yeah, left side.
Yep. Strong side.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry, I got confused for a minute. What's a game that's sticking out to you?
Just looking at these numbers here, this isn't really a surprise, but the Titans are almost they are 9.5 underdogs, I guess.
Yeah, is that the one where the game's over under is 41 points? Is that right? Okay, yeah, great.
And it's like, yeah, I think historically the Titans have kind of upset the Bills like the last 3 years.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think the Titans are a different team now, and I think this is pretty accurate. I think the Bills will win by
upwards of 9.5.
Yeah,
I was going to say this would be a good one to bet Titans. I don't think they're going to win.
Titans just
I think the Bills are going to win.
Score. Their offense is awful.
Yeah.
Talk to Air Jordan off air if you want.
No, that's actually a really good point because I was just thinking the defense. I think will be able to give the Bills problems.
Kind of, but they got Amari Cooper.
You're right. Well, I don't think Amari's going to matter yet. I think Amari will matter down the road, but I don't think game one.
Side note, what a cool name.
Yeah.
Like I always think of him as like Amari Cooper. Whatever.
Yeah, one name.
But like just Amari. Hey, yeah. I'm Amari.
Amari's a cool name. Yeah, I think Amari isn't going to... I don't even know if he's going to play in this game.
I bet you he plays. I got sources saying he's going to play.
Okay. I don't think he's going to be a huge impact on it.
I agree.
I think the Titans have a good shot at keeping the Bills kind of low scoring, but I do see what you're saying where like the Titans offense might not score. Or like it might be like a couple field goals.
Yeah.
So I could see the Bills maybe going like 14 to... Well, it could be 14-3. You know what? No, I'm going to say take the Titans side of this.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Agree to disagree.
I think they'll lose, but I think that it will be within 9.5 points.
It'll be like 13-10 or something weird.
Yeah.
6-10 or
yeah, that's where I'm standing on it.
So are we pretty confident to be under 41 then?
Yes, definitely.
So just to piss you off.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's over, and it's because the Bills are going to score 38 points.
You're saying blowout alert.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Titans get about 10 points.
Yeah, garbage time points.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely two different ways it could go.
The Bills are sick and tired of hearing this inconsistency. You've been blown out. You've blown people out.
Yeah.
They're like, no, we're the freaking Bills. We're Sean McDermott's team. We're coming out with a vengeance where you're going to knock the Titans off the curb into the street. They're going to get hit by a bus.
I think they are probably saying that, but I think they get out on the field and I think they say that every week, and
the
then
game's in Buffalo.
Like you see what we get.
I'm thinking Haley Steinfeld might be there.
Well, if that's going to change everything. If I knew that she was going to be there, then you go Bills for sure. All right. Next game to talk about here. I mean, I got a lock for you. I don't know that it's going to be a fun game to watch, but this one's 100%. I can tell you where to bet.
I know which one you're talking about.
You want to guess?
Bengals.
Yep. Bengals, Browns. You 100% go Bengals -6. The Browns are horrible.
The only thing that's a little bit scary is the Bengals are like good and not good at the same time.
Yeah.
But I'm with you on this.
offense is actually like humming.
Yeah.
Their defense is bad.
Yep.
But I think that's why I'm saying like go Bengals all day on this, because the Browns offense is worse.
Yeah.
Than the Bengals defense.
You're right.
So
I mean, it stuck out to me as well.
Yeah.
Just looking through it, it's like, yeah, I'm with you.
Honestly, I'm -6 seems low to me.
Yeah. I mean, I would put that right on par with that Titans Buffalo game. Like, I would say if that one's at -9.5, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes more sense. If it was 9.5, I would have a harder time.
But even then, like, it would seem pretty apropos.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so that's the one I would say. If I was getting a bet on one game this week, that's the one that sticks out to me as like, I feel really confident about that.
So one that is kind of a little bit of a wild card is the Jaguars are favored by 6 points, and I think the Patriots are going to cover that just because the Jaguars are.
I saw that too. I was like, why? How 6?
And even
like,
the over under 42 points, it's like, I don't know. It's just a weird line.
Yeah, like how what team do they think is going to score that? Yeah, I thought the same thing. It's almost like I know that the Jaguars have played in London the most because that's a London game.
Yeah.
So I understand that, but I still don't think the Jaguars should get like a home field advantage bump for being in London.
No, and I mean, maybe I could see like if this is a Chargers coming all the way over, but like New England to London, what is that? 6-hour flight or something?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's about the same as going to the West Coast.
Yeah, and I would say I know the Patriots are bad, but I think the Jaguars are as bad. Like,
well, yeah, and I think the deal with the Patriots is their defense is pretty good. It's disciplined.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to give the Jaguars some fits. I don't think the Jaguars are going to be able to score a lot.
Yeah.
Patriots have a whole new look now. I think they're going to be able to score some on the Jaguars' terrible defense.
Yeah, I totally agree. Can we talk about your the kind of some disrespect that I think you're going to feel on one of the lines?
Yeah.
I'm looking at Eagles Giants, and the Eagles are only favored by 3.5 points. Does that feel disrespectful to you?
Yeah.
Because I think in your mind the Eagles are quite a bit better than the Giants, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Where are they, man?
So I don't know how yours is lined up. It's the third game I'm looking at. But yeah, they have Eagles favored by 3.5, and then the over/under is 42.5.
I mean, they're traveling into New York. New York's getting a little bit of that home field advantage. New York hasn't been as bad as.
No, yeah, the Giants haven't been. You know what? Do we know if Neighbors is back? I think that makes a big deal.
He's trending towards it, but I don't know if there's been official word yet.
Okay. I would say this line makes sense if Neighbors is back. If he's not back, that seems close.
Man, I think the Giants. Can you look up on your thing what their some of their weighted win percentage and loss percentage? Because I do think that they've been playing a little better than their record is telling you.
Their wins are very slightly better than they've won twice.
Thank you very much.
And their wins are slightly better. Their losses are way worse.
Meaning that they should have won?
Yeah, they're losing to bad teams. So their loss percentage is 67%, but weighted it's 83%.
Okay, I guess I'm just off on the Giants.
So, but I see what you're seeing. Like the eye test, they don't look as bad as they have looked.
Yeah, I think they're over exceeding expectations. Is that what I was trying to say earlier?
I think so.
Yeah,
yeah. But I think yes, I think what it is like their wins are when Neighbors is playing.
Yeah.
They look like pretty decent. They look at least mediocre. When he's not playing, it's rough. It's like a lot of their offense has to go through him.
Truthfully, though, man, I'm pretty happy. Like, I'm betting on the Eagles all day for that.
Yeah, you would go
they're
over
gonna,
3. Yeah,
yeah. That's my team.
What do you think the over/under on that game is?
It's going to be so close to that. I think.
Yeah,
I'll say over, just because I'm assuming Neighbors is playing. I think it might be a little bit of a not a shootout,
kind
but
of a back and forth. Yeah,
both defenses have struggled.
Okay. Do you have a next game that you want to highlight?
One that's just kind of catching my attention for whatever reason. I'm making sure I'm not scrolling too far where I'm going an additional week.
Yeah.
The Seahawks-Falcons. I think that's going to be kind of a good one to watch. The Falcons are favored by 3. over under at 51, which is pretty high. I think the Seahawks were kind of hot, and now they're sort of, I don't know if falling apart's the right word, but
Yeah.
they're not looking too good. And I think the Falcons, this might be kind of one of their, they're going to score a lot, I think, this game.
Yeah, I was going to say I could see this game being kind of a, like, I think the Falcons will end up winning, but I think it will be shootout-ish.
Yeah.
I guess really what I'm saying is, like, I think both offenses are going to look pretty good.
So maybe like over on the points, but I would say Falcons win by
Like a touchdown or two.
I don't know if I'd go. I'd say they win by like between 5 and 10 points.
Okay. Yeah. I would stand by a touchdown or two.
Yeah.
But I see what you're saying.
I just think the Seahawks will stay in the game.
Yeah. I think it'll be one of those things where, like, if I'm saying a touchdown or two, it's like that last touchdown's kind of at the end of the game and doesn't really matter. Like, you know what I mean?
It's like they're trying to run the clock and then he broke out. And
exactly.
There's a touchdown.
Like, okay, well, I'm trying to see if there's any other ones that look.
So one thing, another lopsided one is the Rams and Raiders.
That's what I was just looking at. That line doesn't make any sense to me.
It makes sense to me.
Really?
Yeah, I think the Rams are getting Cooper Kupp back.
Oh, they are?
Pretty sure.
Okay, if someone's coming back from injury, that makes a lot more sense.
But even if not, man, I think the Rams are just way better than the Raiders. Even in their injured state, they're coming off a bye.
Yeah, I just think they need player. It's just one of those things, like, they just need talent. So if they have the talent back, it makes total sense to me. If they don't, I think they're both kind of like talentless rosters, basically. And so then it's just like...
But then look at the coach.
Yeah, but 7 points is like a big spread. You know what I mean? Like, I could see if Cooper Kupp's not back, I could see this being the kind of game where it's just field goals the whole time.
Like 12-9.
Yeah.
Man, well, I disagree. I think Rams are going to win by a lot. I think it's going to be a blowout. Rams are back. Matthew Stafford looks good. He's healthy. He's rested.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp, if he's there, he looks great. If he's not there, who cares? Kyron runs for probably 3 touchdowns.
Wow. You're very confident about them. Kind of blown away by it. If I had to bet on it, which I would not bet on this game, but if I had to, I would probably go Raiders +7.
Wow.
And I would go under 43.5.
Predict the score.
I think it will be... I think the Rams still win it, but I think it's like 16-9.
Okay, I got Rams 24, Raiders 10.
Okay.
The touchdown for the Raiders is going to be to the young tight end, Brock Bowers.
Yeah, Brock Bowers. Wow. Okay, good. Okay, I got one I want to talk to you about. This is just because we kind of talked about it on the other show, Chiefs 49ers.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Negative or 1.5 points, sorry.
And I'm surprised the 49ers are favored.
Do you think that's kind of a home field advantage type of deal?
It must be. I kind of see it as an insult to the Chiefs because it's like the 49ers
it's true.
without McCaffrey are like, Rashee Rice is injured. So the Chiefs have injuries too.
Yeah, both sides are pretty decimated.
I guess that's why. Because otherwise I was about to say the 49ers with all their injuries are better than you with like a good kind of offense. But I guess both teams are dealing with stuff.
I would say the Chiefs are really... Sorry.
Okay, I guess this game's kind of boring you.
Chiefs are pretty healthy on defense, as far as I know.
Yeah.
But their offense is like decimated.
Yeah.
49ers, I think, are kind of hurt on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
I think... I really think that the 49ers can give the Chiefs their first loss.
I would love to see it. I don't even know what to make of it anymore. I've said so many times that this is going to be the first loss for the Chiefs, and then they just win every single game, and I don't know. This is a stay away for me, but so where do you think? You would go 49ers, -1.5.
Yeah.
The over-under is 47. What do you think?
Just over.
Okay.
Just over. I'm talking just.
Yeah. 21-27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay.
It'll probably be like 24-27.
Yeah.
That's actually what it will be.
That's the actual score. So just FYI, that will be the score.
With the Raiders being
and the Raiders are going to win it, which is going to be a big twist for a lot of people. A lot of people aren't going to expect that.
Okay, are victorious.
If you can find odds for the Raiders to win the Chiefs 49ers game, then wow.
Here's one. I don't know if we're going to end on this. In my opinion, we're going to end on this.
Yeah.
Chargers at the Cardinals.
Yeah. That's fine with me.
Over under 44 points. Chargers are a slight favorite of 2 points.
To me, it's like the Chargers win that kind of easily.
Yeah.
I think -2 is not. I think they'll have that easy to me.
So I could see Kyler Murray giving the defense a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know, because Patrick Mahomes he was able to scramble on the Chargers, but that's about all. I think Kyler might do some of that and kind of give him some fits. So they'll keep it close. I don't think it'll be a blowout by any means.
No.
But
I don't think the Chargers really blow people out. That's just not their style of play.
Not yet.
Well, I don't think I don't mean that in a negative way.
Right.
I just mean I don't think they're more like, we're gonna just eat up so much clock that you don't have time. Yeah. You're not gonna get to do that.
And then once you get on the field, we're gonna intercept you.
Yeah. Well, I think that their defense. That's what I'm like. Even with Kyler scrambling, the Chargers' defense is so good this year.
Yeah.
That I think that's not going to be a problem. Also, didn't the Cardinals just their star wide receiver Marvin
Jr.
He got injured last week.
He got injured like 2 weeks ago. And I don't know if he came back yet. I would assume he's back this week.
Okay. But
TBD.
I'm going to say still maybe a little bit banged up. I don't think.
Yeah. Not quite right.
I'm not super worried about it. And I think the Chargers offense, at least the way it looked last week versus the Cardinals defense, I don't think that's going to be an issue.
And that's your opinion?
What do you think over under 44 points though?
Man, probably under. It's probably going to be like a 22-17.
That's what I would think too. Yeah, I would think under 44.
So yeah, I got J.K. Dobbins on my fantasy roster.
Ready to explode. Well, you know what? Thanks for hanging in there with these bets today.
You know what?
I'm so sorry. Jeez.
Fantasy advice. You asked me for fantasy advice.
Yeah.
I'm asking you.
I'm ready to give it.
For fantasy advice. So you were dogging on this guy. I picked him up off waivers. Anthony Richardson. He's my starting quarterback.
I don't have a fantasy. He's not a bad idea.
Okay, so I now have J.K. Dobbins on my roster.
Yeah.
Who am I going to bench in order to get him in there? So I think I should start Garrett Wilson, Drake London, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Two wide receivers and one flex.
I think that's right.
Now I got Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones sitting up here. Which one of those two? My heart and soul says, Josh, take a seat. I'm putting JK in. But if Aaron doesn't go, obviously I'm putting Aaron on the bench.
I think I would do that. I would do exactly what you just said.
So just for some help here, Josh is playing Houston.
Yep.
Aaron's playing Detroit, and as we just said, JK is playing Arizona.
Yeah, the reason I say that is I think that Texans-Green Bay game is going to be kind of a back-and-forth shootout. I don't think it's going to be like a run the ball a ton type of game.
Well, and also Josh has been used kind of interestingly. I'm not going to say he hasn't been used in the right way or anything. It's just there's been some question marks. As an owner for this guy on my fantasy team,
I don't think of the Packers as a Josh Jacobs-y type team. When the Raiders had him, it was we're going to pound with the running game, and that's not what the Packers do run-wise.
And then on the other hand, Aaron Jones fits in great with K. O'Connell.
Yes, every time, because I kept him on my bench for a couple weeks, and that was every time it was the wrong decision.
Yeah.
He was putting up 13 to 18 points every week, fantasy-wise.
He might be hurt, so we'll see.
Yeah.
But so thank you for the advice. Do you want me to just say what my roster is for this week?
I would love that.
Anthony Richardson, starting quarterback.
Great.
J.K. Dobbins, running back. Aaron Jones, running back.
Yep.
Garrett Wilson, Drake London, number 1 and 2 wide receiver.
Yep.
Trey McBride, tight end. Flex, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
It's a great
Yeah, I might move him into a wide receiver slot just because it's a little more respectful for him.
Yeah, I understand.
And then my defense is the Bengals going against the Browns.
Okay, great.
And Cameron Dicker.
The kicker. Hey, you know what that sounds like to me? Sounds like a fantasy roster.
And I'm playing none other than Connor this week.
Oh, okay.
And we both know. We both love him.
We both love him. He's a friend of the pod.
Yeah.
But can be kind of a wily coyote. He's pretty good.
He sure is a wily coyote.
We've talked about having him on as like kind of a fantasy consultant.
Yeah, I pray that he will join us one day. We're trying to work out a deal. It's just, it's not all cut and dry. Like
sometimes you got to get the numbers figured out before you can make this kind of things happen. So
if you're I mean, you guys are all such great fans, but just do what you can to try to encourage Connor to get on the pod.
Yeah, reach out to Connor, go to his house, knock on his door, whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes, just do it, please. We've tried everything, and we're close. We're close, though.
Both sides are close, but it's been, I don't want to say frustrating, but
it's been frustrating.
Have been a little frustrated, so
I'm going to close it out with this.
Yeah.
If you want to make some money this week, do not bet for the Panthers to cover.
No, don't do that. That's it. There you go. Done. Go ahead and just bet Bengals Browns. You've got it.
Yeah. Bengals Browns is going to be not a good one to watch because the Bengals are going to trounce the Browns. Yeah. It's going to make you some money.
Like, don't put your life savings on it, but maybe do.
And let me just say this to Air Jordan, if you're out there, we love you.
Love you.
We hope to talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.
See you next week.
See you next week.